Welcome to today's bite-sized service improvement session on PDSA cycles. The aim of today's session is to introduce the concept of a PDSA cycle, as well as help to describe when and why you might utilize one during a change project. So a PDSA cycle is basically a framework that can be used when implementing rapid changes, especially when you want to observe the impact of the change. It works best on small-scale projects where you can be sure that your data is accurate, and this is really the starting premise for this actual particular framework to be used. If there is any dispute over the accuracy of data, then it's only going to cause you a disservice, as you might be making changes based on faulty data. So also the beauty of a PDSA cycle is that you can actually reverse things that don't work. So things that, on paper might look like they're going to make a difference, when you actually then will trial them, turn out not to. It's a quick job of just undoing what you've done before and then implementing another change. And the idea with the PDSA cycle is you can keep going round these cycles. Might be that you only need to do 1 or 2, or you might need to do 6 or 7. And then the idea is to stop when you get to a result that you are happy with. So the framework can be utilized through all stages of a project, and as you're able to see that the sections of the framework cover many basic elements that will exist within any service improvement project. So as you can see, the PDSA cycle maps over an improvement process arrow quite nicely, and the coloration of it just shows you which each section aligns to. And I think visually as well, you're able to see then that a large part of this does fall into the planning stage. So at least half of the methodology and time should be spent doing that planning. And it's just be mindful that not to jump straight into any action before you've kind of got not only a plan, but a current state measure as well. So sometimes when it says do, jumping into the do, it can be a bit misleading. So I'd say just be sure as well that the first do might need to be, do we need to go and actually collect the current state? Imagine the list at the center of the slide is an equipment list of the stock that you need to collect for a patient procedure. Each of the stores that are surrounding the equipment list could potentially house a piece of equipment that you need. Hypothetically, on round 1, you head to go and collect all the different pieces of stock you need from the 4 stock rooms, and it takes you a total of 4 minutes and 25 seconds. So this is going to be the example we're going to utilize. Well, thinking about the setup displayed on the previous slide, if you could make any changes to improve the time taken to collect your equipment, what might you do? So try thinking about this, maybe 4 or 5 different improvement ideas that you could test, and the idea would be then that you would roll them through the PDSA cycle and trial and error them as you went. So, displayed are a few ideas that you might have considered. Did you come up with anything else yourself? So the idea is then to test these using the PDSA framework that we've seen visually, and just to talk a few examples that you might have come up with, things like moving the stores closer together, 2 people collecting stock, grouping stock into similarness into storerooms so you know where you're going and it's not so much of a potluck kind of guess. Again, there'll be many other things that you could have done. The next step then would be to implement one of these ideas and try them using the framework as seen on screen. So plan might be that we might want to think about moving the stores closer together. The do would be then implementing that change and actually physically moving them and changing where the stock's located. The study would then be to rerun collecting the stock and seeing what actually happened, and the act would then be to see, was this adequate? Did it actually improve the timings or not? So the table provides an example of 5 rounds of a hypothetical PDSA, and it thinking about making improvements to the time. As you can see that each change actually in this example demonstrated an improvement. However, it might be that something that you implemented actually made things worse, and then what you would need to do is simply reverse that change, which is the beauty of this actual particular framework. It goes down the methodology idea of fail fast, so you'll know when you can undo things quite quickly, and it just helps you to make rapid change, getting you sequentially to sort of the end point of where you want to be. Additionally, with this as well, it might be that the change was going to impact on a few teams. So the idea would be that you wouldn't want to improve things for one team and then really have a detrimental effect on the other teams around. So this is why we talk about having measured approaches. So you want to see that, did the change benefit everybody? Because the last thing you want to do is fix things in your lane and make things worse for people to the lanes to the left and right of you. So just like many of the tools that we're going to go through, there are a number of key points and things that you might want to consider when running a PDSA. And they will consider things like continuously improving what you need to. This might be done within 2 cycles, or it might be done within 10 cycles. So there's no kind of baseline on with this methodology. The idea is go to where you feel that your target or where good has been met. We do say again, and we echo this throughout this particular tool, is make sure that you've got your current state measured before you make any changes, because the last thing you want to be able to do is to think, yes, this feels better, but then not be able to articulate exactly how much better. Reverse anything that you notice that doesn't work. Run as many cycles as you need to, and ensure that your data is as accurate as possible. So this gives us a brief overview of PDSA cycles. There are slides and also templates here for you to utilize. But if you do have any questions in relation to these, please reach out to the leadership and improvement team on the email address above, who will be happy to help support in your learning journey. We have some information here regarding various other programs that are available. Some of them are looking at different quality improvement courses and different leadership courses. Some of them are half days, some of them go all through to full days, and it's the variety of that's there really. It's up to you, I think, on maybe about identifying which ones you need next. So many of the courses as well, we have CP accredited, and we're also looking at getting more of them accredited in the near future. We're going to keep you updated on anything else that we have via marketing from Strive, so please do get in contact if you need us following this training. Thank you very much.